morning, guys. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah. Are you able to hear me?
Good morning.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Good morning, Revan.
Yeah. So in today's test, let me list out the topics. Well, so in today's class, let's discuss the topic. So what do you mean by scale up and scale down? Anyone?
We can increase and decrease.
What you can increase in decrease?
Server increasing.
Students.
Okay. Then what is scale out and scaling? What is scale up and scale down? What is scale out and scale? Yeah, someone said increasing number of servers. So what's the?
This is regarding like a web server, normal server. Will create.
No, this is nothing related to web server or Linux. It's a general topic. Scale out and scaling, scale up, scale out. Nothing related to web server or any server, not only web server. In general, I'm not. Fine. So let me see. Please go.
Adding and reducing.
Add. What is it? Adding?
Adding more instances.
Okay. Okay, adding more instances means it will scale up or scale down, scale out or scale up.
Scale out. Adding.
Okay. Then scale up means?
Scale out means it is out of the range. I mean, if we set up the margin to 10, so after the 10, that is mean by 10 scale out. And if you set up the margin to 3 to 10, so below the 3, that means scaling.
Okay. Fine. So let me explain. Not exactly the same. In fact, no one said that exactly. So first let me another name, then at least you'll understand that. So you see the another name for scale up or scale down, you can call it as vertical scale. The another name for scale out or scaling we call it as horizontal scale. So if you remember these alternate names, then the answer is easy for you. So you see scale out and scaling. The name itself is out means something going outside. In means something coming inside. So if you observe this diagram carefully, out means you are increasing number of missions. In means you are decreasing number of missions. So the other name of horizontal scaling is scale out or scaling. So in which scale out means increasing number of missions, scale in means decreasing number of missions. So now I said 50% of the answer. So now can anyone say me this answer? Vertical scaling.
Basically to increase the CPU and RAM of particular instance.
Right. So no one said this answer earlier before, right? So you can say simply you are increasing or decreasing the
CPM.
Simple word is configuration. Not only CPU, CPU, RAM, hard disk. These all falls under. You can increase anything. That is a configuration. So that means you can increase or decrease in the configuration. So let's say you are having 2 GB RAM and 2 CPU core. Maybe if you want to increase the configuration, only one machine is there. So what you will do, you will do 4 GB RAM, 4 CPU, 6 GB RAM, 6 CPU core like that. This is scale up. So if you want to decrease the configuration again from 6, you will move to 4, 4 to 2 GB like this. So using scale in. So you see the direction. The machine is only one, but you are going in the vertical direction, up and down, scale up and scale down. So that's why it is called vertical scale. So another name for scale up or scroll down. Up means it is up, down. Like so it's a vertical. So vertical means where we deal with configuration of the machine, not number of machines. So now in which type of scaling it falls from this auto scaling which we have discussed. It falls under which type of scaling? One or two.
Horizontal scaling.
Horizontal.
So
Yeah. See. It falls under horizontal. What we did as a part of auto scaling? If CPU is increasing, we are increasing number of servers. If CPU is not that much, we are decreasing number of servers. So that's why it falls under horizontal. We never deal with vertical. Of course, auto scaling does not support vertical type of scaling. You should remember this. So in interviews, they will definitely ask you this question: what is the difference between this one and this one? So what is auto scaling? Auto scaling is a horizontal or vertical. Whether auto scaling supports vertical or not. This. So auto scaling means it supports only horizontal type of scaling. It does not support vertical type of scaling. So let's say vertical scaling. So in today's class. So vertical scaling means increasing or decreasing the configuration of machine, like CPU, RAM, these things. So let's see.
only three, sir.
So let me sign into the console. So what we will do? First I will launch instance of P2.micro. Yeah. I have taken P2.micro. So see apply the P2 means micro means 1 CPU and 1 GB. Like rest all of them. That is an existing system. Somehow I'm not going to SSH inside. We are just interested in increasing and decreasing the configuration. Further, we don't need to go inside the machine. So now what I can increase and what I can decrease means configuration means
CPU, RAM, hard disk,
CPU RAM means nothing but combinedly we call it as.
instance type,
Instance.
So I can change the instance that is one thing. Another one is hard disk. Hard
hard
disk
disk,
is what?
EBS.
EBS. So this one we will see later after some time. First let's focus on only this one instance. So how can you increase or decrease the instance? After this is finished, then we'll focus on EBS. So let's see this. So you can do any activities after this is same engine. After it comes into 2x2. So the only thing you need to remember is whenever if you are dealing with instance type, if you want to increase or decrease the instance type, you need to definitely stop the machine. Very, very, very important. Introduce demo task. to check whether you know or not this concept. If you want to increase or decrease the instance type, then you have to stop the machine and then you have to change the type, whatever the desired type you want to increase or decrease, and then again start the machine. This is very very important. This is only for instance type. So they might be asking in interview like, okay, so I want to upgrade my instance type or I want to downgrade my instance type. So how can we do it? So can I do it on the run? It is on the go. What do you mean on the go or on the run mean? Without stopping the machine. So is it possible to increase or decrease?
No.
No, not possible. How can I prove that? I will show you. Let me refresh. And so come to action. Let me select this one. Action. Instance setting. So do you find anywhere instance type? See, the option is there, but is it available for using or it's free? So the option is free. That means there is an option, yes, you can do. But when did I say? If you have to change, you have to first stop the machine. Then only you can increase or decrease. So what will we do? Let's stop and check again whether this option will appear or not. For instance, so once this comes into stop state, still it is stopping. After some time it will stop. Then we will go and check in action. Let's move to action. First select an action, instance setting. There it is. Earlier this option was placed, but now it is available in instance. So you select this. So let's say you want to increase to T2 dot next is medium. Second medium. Okay. Okay. Now instance type change to dot medium. Okay. That's it. Same is the case. You do downgrade also if you want. From T2 dot medium if you want T2 dot nano, which is something like. So the whole concept here is simple. Doing it hardly set of two steps. But you need to know that concept that for increasing or decreasing instance type, you have to stop the mission. That concept you should do.
We can't set it like automatically. We done in the horizontal scaling.
Without the
Like we done in the horizontal scaling, now whenever the CPU goes more than 80% automatically increase. So there is no automatic way in there here in vertical
yeah, that's why
scaling.
I'm saying auto scaling does not. If you have to do anything vertical scaling, you have to do it manually.
Okay, okay.
So in fact, actually, why auto scaling follows only horizontal? Why not vertical? Means it's a simple logic. If you observe carefully, let's assume if auto scaling is working on vertical scaling also. So what will you do if CPU percentage is increasing? Instead of increasing number of boxes, we will increase the configuration of the box. Let's say currently you are having 2 GB RAM only and maybe 500 GB hard disk. So if you see CPU is increasing or hard disk is occupying more space, so what you will do? From 2 GB RAM you will go to 10 GB RAM and from 500 GB hard disk you will go to 1 TB. So then everything will be normal. So let's say suddenly the machine is down, this one machine. You are having only one machine which is having higher configuration. But if the machine itself goes down, your website is also down. Whereas in horizontal scaling, what will happen? Even though if one machine is down, will your website will be down? No. Automatically the traffic is somehow routed to the another machine with the help of load balancing. That is the reason why auto scale follows only horizontal. In fact, it is advantageous. Launching more number of boxes is advantage instead of having one box with higher configuration. Got it?
Yes.
Yeah. This also you can say. So in interviews they might ask, okay, so why I have to go with auto scaling? I will have only one mission and I will increasing the configuration of mission only instead of increasing number of missions. So what will you say at the time? Answer?
We can choose in vertical scaling.
Yeah, that's what they are saying. I can choose vertical scaling, but why I'm choosing horizontal scaling? They ask, what
Mm,
is it?
yeah, in horizontal scaling, sir, because we can increase the we can increase the machines so that if one down, other can load the balance. But in vertically, if we increase the configuration part, that if one server is down, everything goes down.
Right. So you have to say that extension. So now it's done. So what will let's terminate this? And then so the next thing scale up and scale down is the EBS volume. So what will you let me launch another one. So you see here we already discussed there are types of volume. So observe here C drive. C drive is supported by which type? GP series, IO series, and only standard. So observe that carefully. Now I'm adding how many types of available of EBS volumes are there? All types I am adding volume. So now let's go with IO series. Next go with ST1. Next go with ST1, and then go with magnet. So you see what is the difference I observed? Observe carefully. I am selecting a drop down of C drive. Just observe how many series are there in C drive supported only? GP series, IO series, and standard. Now let's take any other except C drive. How many types are there? GP, IO, SC1, ST1, and standard. So what are the other things extra compared to C drive?
SC1 and ST1.
Right, you see, this SC1 and ST1 are something extra when compared to the C drive. In all other volumes, that means D drive, E drive, F drive, we have 5 types supported, whereas in C drive we have only 3 types: GP, IO, and standard. So what can be the reason, guys? I'm not asking you the technical reason. I'm asking you general thing. So what does that mean?
Drive only for in system files only.
Right, correct. So indirectly you're saying only those types of EBS volumes which GP series, IO series, and standard. Only these series support the booting process. Booting process means nothing but C drive, where you have OS files. Whenever you switch on the system, where the OS files will be reloaded in the C drive. That's the only thing. Why means they have invented such a way. When they invented these EBS volumes, they invented such a way. Okay, SC1 and ST1 doesn't support booting process. That means these 2 types of volumes cannot be used as a root drive, C drive. Only if you want, you can use GP series, IO series, and standard as a root volume. Why? Because they invented such a way that they can support the booting process. Um, And we have discussed IOPS. We have discussed or not IOPS in earlier class when we were discussing about EBS volume. What is the full form of IOPS? Input and output per second. Input and output per second.
Second.
Yeah. So that means input. That's why if you observe carefully, IOPS is supported by which type? We already discussed in that when I'm explaining the types of volume.
GP2.
Only SSD. GP2 and IOs. Both it will support. Okay. GP2 is having 100 by 3000 something IO, and IO series is also having 400, but remaining all 3 are not having 3, not available, not available. Not. Why? Because they don't support. We already discussed. How many types of volumes are there? SSD and HDD. You can see SSDs and HDD. So HDD doesn't have any IO. Only SSDs have IO. And this option have we discussed or not? Delete and termination of.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
You have the steps. So let me. So now, so I'm launching it all. Of course, I will get a bill of maybe 10 rupees or 20 rupees. Doesn't matter. I pay somehow bill. But while you are practicing, if you practice, why you will get bill? What is the free type of EBS? Only
Only 30 GB.
30. But here I'm launching almost 250, 30, 280 GB almost. It's okay. It's okay. Less than maybe 5 to 10 minutes. No issue. That is. So what I will do? Okay, let's go with 8 on 3 8 to 125. And all are delete and terminate so that whenever I terminate instance, everything will be terminated. I will say scale up and scale down now. Volume. Here also I don't need to go inside machine guys. This is the advantage. So what is the one thing you need to observe? Whenever you want to increase or decrease EBS volume for instance that you don't need to go inside the machine. Everything you can do from outside only. No need to access it. Fine, let it concept. So where can we find this? All volumes which are attached to the PC2 in which option?
Volume put.
In the left side volume. So let me open in another tab. Here also you can see select this instance where under storage. Select the storage. Come now. See how many are there? So the same thing if you want to see much more exclusive thing, you go to volume. Fine. So you see this is the name of my machine. Scale up and scale down of volumes and these are all attached to me. So how can you say it is in attached state? By seeing the state. Since all are attached and they all are running, it is saying it is in a use state. Now, can anyone say me which is the root drive in this?
C drive.
Yeah, I mean, I'm only asking which is C drive in this.
Standard. Yeah, standard. Volume type is standard.
Volume type standard. Okay. So instead of this one. So you mean this one, right? This one is it, right?
Yes.
Yeah. What is the reason?
By standard.
So did you remember like while I'm launching its standard type? C drive. Even I also did not remember. So this is a practical thing. Those who have real-time experience, they can only say these answers. So these type of questions they will be asking into. They'll simply show you the screen and say which is the root drive in this. How can you say just by seeing? Let's say that you don't know while launching the machine also you did not say anything. Straight away they will come to volumes and ask you to say which is root drive in this simply. How can you say that?
The size, 8 GB can.
8 GB, there are other 8 GBs also, right? This is also it, this is also it, this is also it.
The volume is supposed to be.
So you see in this weekly books or some magazines or some normal books, there is one what you say puzzle type of thing. Find out the differences between two images. Have you seen anyone earlier? Now also it will be there, but if you are interested, there will be small changes. Two pictures will be same, maybe some things will be missing.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you take that as a clue. I am giving you that clue. So observe carefully all the options and see which is the only one option having something extra. That is
So the last one which having is snapshot.
right.
Snapshot one.
Snapshot.
So this is the trick here. So whenever anyone asks you, just simply they say no matter 10 or 20, doesn't matter. Only root drive will have the snapshot. So the answer is, that's why wantedly I have given 3 8 GBs. I know you will remember the number. That's why to confuse you, I kept 3 8 GBs. So this is a blind rule, okay? Just remember blind rule. So let's say where is snapshot? Under volumes only you can say snapshot. Of course, what is snapshot that I will explain later. For now, just remember that is the trick. And even though there you can say snapshot, here you cannot. Here there is no snapshot. Okay, just remember that much. Later I will say why I am talking about snapshot. Fine. So what we wanted to do now, we want to increase. Let's say what you want to increase, anything. So let's say you want to increase actions, modify volume. So you want to increase from 125 to 250, and you say modify. So give it some time. Here also still it is 125 GB. After refreshing, it will come to 200. Still it is modifying. See? Still it will show. Still it is in modifying state. So once this is done, automatically it will turn from 125 to 200. And how this is happening? Did you stop the machine or you detach the volume?
No.
No, see, it is still in use state only. Why the color is changing means only the size is increasing or decreasing. That's why the color has been changed, but the state is in use. In use, whenever you see in use, so that means it is meaning of it is
Running state.
not on running. Exact meaning is attached to the EC2. Even though let's say even though the machine is in stop state, but still it will show in use only. So the meaning of in use means attached to EC2. Okay, attached to EC2. So let's refresh this. See, now it has changed to 200. Not only this one, say anything you can do C drives also, not only that one. This also you can increase. This is C drive of Snapchat. Okay, actions. Okay, let's say you want to increase to 10. So it will this state also will be turning into modifying state. It is a matter of 1 minute, that's it, not more than that, increasing. So let's refresh. You see, now it came to 10 GB. So now let's say uh, you don't want one drive, so simply waste of nothing is there, you're using it. So why to waste money? So what you thought, you want to remove it, detach from machine and delete it. So what you can do, actions, see, detach volume, no detach. So what is, how can you say any machine, I mean whenever any volume is attached or detached, how can you say whether it's in attached state or detached state? By seeing which one? This column. So currently it is in use still. Let me refresh and see what will happen. See, what is the change now?
Look.
Available means what? It is not attached to any EC2. So what happen? What can happen now? If you want, you can attach this to any other EC2, whichever is running. How can I attach it? Simply actions, attach volume, give the instance name, whatever you are looking for. If you want, you can attach to the same mission. I have detached and I'm just attaching the same mission to the same mission. I just wanted to show you how to detach and attach. Done. So let's come and check the state again. See what it is now. Again it changed to in use. So this is how you can increase, you can attach, you can detach. Now let's say suddenly, so if you wanted new volume, suddenly you want to attach. Again you can create new volume. These volumes we have created while launching the mission. Even after launching the mission also, you can create the volume anytime. You see, all types are available. So let's say you want to create magnetic standard. So here the only thing you need to take care of is while creating an attachment, while creating you need to keep a track of availability zone. So what this should be? This should be equal to same as of your EC2. Why? What is the logic? That means EC2 means nothing but your mission. Whatever you are creating is a hard disk. So you cannot keep your hard disk in Chennai data center and you cannot keep your EC2 mission in Delhi data center and you can't attach them, right? Your mission and your hard disk both should be in the same data center. So that's
Region.
how, not region, yeah, availability zone, not region. Of course, everything is in Mumbai only. So whenever moving further, you should not get confused between region and availability zone because it's a very basic thing. So what I do, I know already I have launched my EC2 in AP South 1A. That means Chennai data center, something like that. I know. So while creating my volume, I will make sure my volume also I create in only one A only. Okay. And you will say just something like test and create volume. See. So just now you have created a new volume called test. It's 10 GB. Its type is 10. So let's check its state. The state is in available. The new one. That means it is not still attached. You just created the hard disk, but you did not attach it. And you know how to attach. Actions. Attach only. Search anything. Search and then attach. You see? What did I say? Automatically. Where is this instance? This instance is launched in South 1A. That's why while creating your EBS, you make sure you have created in 1A only. Let's assume you have created your EBS volume in 1B. Can you attach it to here? You can't attach. Why? Because it won't show. Because it will search for instance which is launched in 1B availability zone. But do we have any instance in 1B? No. Okay. So just
Editing option there, sir.
wrote editing. How you can edit? Once the mission is launched, how can you edit its availability zone? You can't edit that. Now you can attach like this. So this is how you attach, detach, increase, decrease, all these things. So now let's go to let's So since we have selected the delete on termination, I think everything should go except one because that is the newly launched. See, both are gone. These things are the why because these are not selected for delete on termination. You have to do manually. That's it. Okay. Fine. So now, so let's discuss this AMIs. So what is AMI till now? What you know AMI means?
OS.
AMI means OS. So AMI means yeah till now you know OS only, but the exact meaning of AMI is will be draw the type. AMI is Snapshot only. So first let's discuss about this. So you see guys, listen carefully. I have launched a Linux machine, okay? Let's say I have launched a Linux machine. So what is the default? 8 GB CPU, right? 8 GB root. This is machine one. Now along, so whenever you install any software, in which drive the files will be stored? The software, the files, everything will be stored in the root drive. So now in the first, this is my first mission. When I launch a Linux mission, by default it will be launching with 8 GB root drive. Now let's assume on top of this you have installed some HTTP packages, some extra software. By using Linux commands, you install HTTPD, you install something curry, etc. Like that, you have installed 10 software. Okay. So now what this mission is containing? This mission is containing Linux OS with 8 GB C drive and 10 software. Now, if any of your friends or even you only wanted to launch another mission, same as this, same as this, new mission. So what you have? You have two options. One is one option is you have to launch a new Linux mission, same as this with 8 GB C drive, and you have to install all the 10 softwares manually using the Linux command. That is one way, which is a hard way as well as time taking process. I'm not saying you can't do, you can do, but it's definitely a time taking process. Why? Because you have to fire all the commands, you have to set up everything, all these things. But what is the smartest way? Within minutes, without doing any manual effort, what can you do? Simply you can take the AMI wherever you want to launch, whether you want to launch in same region or another Singapore region, whatever, wherever you want to, simply copy to that region. And with the help of AMI, with the help of AMI, what you can do? You can launch a So now this new mission, what are the new mission? This new mission, whichever you have launched with the help of this AMI. So what does this contain when you launch the mission? It also contains 8 GB root drive as well as what else? What is having in this image? 10 software. How much time it will take? Hardly 3 minutes. So definitely this is a smart way or not? Here you did not fire any commands. Everything is GUI options only. Simply take AMI, copy to the Singapore region and launch it. Only 3 steps. You no need to fire all the Linux commands again to install all the 10 software here in this scenario in the second step when you want to launch a second mission.
So it will be exact mirror image.
Exact mirror image and as okay. Everything, whatever is there inside, everything will be reflected here. And let's do the practicals. So this diagram you have understood, right? No doubt in the diagram. Because now we are able to do the practicals. Good, let's start with the practical. So what I will do in Mumbai, I will launch a mission. Okay, mission 1. Here also I am not going to go inside mission. Everything you can do from console. I no need to go inside mission. For this AMI also. And meanwhile, what I will do in another tab, I will open the portal between Mumbai and here. You can copy the same region also, guys, but copying in the same region is easy. Somehow I will show you how to copy between different regions. The same thing is whether to copy the same region or different regions. I will show one thing. The concept is so let's go to instances. So you see, there are no instances in Singapore region. Let's check volume. There are no volumes in Singapore region. There are no snapshots. And where is AMS? AMS. It's in the images. There are no AMS. So nothing is there. Everything empty in Singapore. Now come back to Mumbai. Refresh section. So let's go to AMS in Mumbai region. Is there any AMS? No, nothing here also. Volume. So how many volumes will be there now? Only this one. Only one. That's it. We have launched for the new mission. Number 1. Let's take snapshot. You see guys, what did I say? Before I said just observe carefully. What did I say? Whenever you see any volume, how can you say it's a root drive? Because of the
Snapshot.
snapshot. But here if you go to snapshot, you cannot see any snapshot. Now I will explain you the reason. You see, listen carefully. Whenever you launch any new mission, okay, that means the first time. Whenever you launch any new mission for the first time, automatically this will be created by the backend by the AWS. Actually, snapshot is a basic thing. You understand? Snapshot is a very basic thing. Out of snapshot only you can create AMI. Out of snapshot only you can create volume, whatever it is. What is snapshot? Snapshot is also nothing but same. Like our screenshot, snapshot, it's also an image. So which is the basic image for everything? The very minimum basic thing is snapshot. If you don't have snapshot, without snapshot you cannot create any. Without snapshot you cannot create volume. This is the concept, first thing. Second thing, whenever you create the first time animation, for the C drive you can see snapshot, but it won't be reflected in the snapshot section. The reason is who created this snapshot and with this snapshot who launched that mission? AWS is having the snapshot. Now you might be getting okay. If I want snapshot, how can I get? If I want the snapshot of this mission, this number one mission manual, how can I get it? So what we want to do now? Let's assume. This mission is having 10 softwares inside this one, this number one mission, and your friend in Singapore said, Revant, I don't know all the Linux commands, I don't know how to fire Linux commands and install 10 software. So you just give me something, I will launch my mission. Whenever I launch my mission, automatically in that mission 10 software should be there. So you know the concept. What we have to do now? We have to create the image. So go to actions, image and template. So you see option here, create image. AMI means you know the full form. What is AMI? Amazon mission image. Right. So now create image. So you can give any image name. I will say image name is copy to Singapore region. This is my image name. Number one mission, copy to Singapore region to launch second mission. If you want, you can give the same description also. And then you see, no reboot. What is the meaning of no reboot? No reboot means nothing but don't restart the mission. Don't reboot the mission. So it just enables them. Why? If you don't enable this, what will happen? While taking the image, AWS will reboot the mission while taking the image. If you forgot to mark this option. So if you reboot the mission, maybe the software which is in the running state might stop. If it's a production mission, it might cause you issue. That's why whenever you're taking image, always make sure that you select this one so that the mission won't be rebooted, but still you can take the image. Okay. And then create image. So what did you take now? Image means nothing but and so earlier are we having any AMIs in Mumbai region when we launch the mission? No, right? Let's cross. Let's go to AMI. What is happening? It's getting. It won't even give the same. It's getting created. See, this is rotating. And what did I said, guys? For creating AMI or for creating any volume, what is the base thing?
Snapshot.
Snapshot. So let's go and check what is happening in snapshot. See? First, this gets created only after that AMI gets created. So now you got your snapshot or not manually? How now snapshot is reflecting? Why? Whenever you create AMI manually for yourself only, then you can get the snapshot. But whenever you launch any mission for the first time, in that scenario, you won't get snapshot. Even though it shows in the column snapshot, you won't get it. Right? If you want, you can do the same line here also. Now come to AMS. AMI is the only, yeah. So now status is available. Right? So successfully we have created AMI. What is the next thing we need to do? We need to
attach the AMI.
not attach. Currently we are in
Copy,
home page. Copy to. So you see here copy AMI. So which region you want to copy? Select region. Singapore. And then copy AMI. So I already showed you in Singapore region. Do you have any AMI instances Snapshot? First initially. No, right? So now let's refresh this here. See what is happening now? This is getting copied. So how can AMI get copied? What is the base of AMI? Anything for anything AMI or volume. What is the base? Again?
Absolutely Snapshot.
Snapshot.
Snapshot. Not Snapshot. So whenever, even though you are copying AMI, what AWS is doing in the backend, it is copying first Snapshot. Only afterwards it is copying AMI. Why? Because without Snapshot, AMI can't be created. Actually, AMI takes a bit time, usually minutes, whereas volumes are very second. You will understand. After some time, we'll deal with volumes, then you will understand. You will only understand that Snapshot and volume.
Revant, a small doubt here. So now, even while copying this AMI, so all the user data also will be copied, right?
Everything, as is
So-
how many
so
users
what-
are there, all software, everything.
Yeah. What if I don't want to copy user data?
You can't do it. It will come along with it because it's a part of the
Total instance will.
Yeah. If you have launched your instance with the user data also will be copied. So if you don't want user data, what you have to do? You have to launch a mission without user data, fire commands manually, then take the AMI and then copy.
Okay, thank you.
So AMI takes a bit, so let's give it some time. So once this is launched, you know how to create and launch a mission. Here you are having the option. You are having the AMI and you know how to launch the mission. But the only thing is this AMI contains, apart with your Linux OS, it contains extract and software. That's only difference in this AMI. So let it come to available state, then we'll launch the mission with this AMI. It takes so much time actually. I'm almost finished. Even it's a very small image, nothing is there. Still, we have assumed that something isn't, nothing is there. Actually, it's a 8 GB C drive. Because AMI takes a big time. Why? Because it is copying the complete the bootable drive. C drive is taking acid. That's why it will take a big time. AMIs. So, what do you think is for launching a mission? How many steps you need to go through? What is the first step?
Creating AMI.
AMI. So now my question is, once this AMI is created, if you want to launch a mission, so whether you have to start with step 1 or step 2?
Already AMI have.
Right, very good, very good. Already we are having AMI. So when you select this one and you say launch, so it will straight away start with step 2. Got it right? Others.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
And these things we know already. That's the only thing. Why? Because we are doing all this process just to make sure my OS contains not only OS, along with the OS I have another 10 software. That's the only thing we are doing all these things, creating AMI, copying it to Singapore region. From that time I am launching instance because I want the new mission, whatever I am about to launch with this AMI, I need to want along with my OS 10 softwares also should be there in that new mission too. That's why I am doing all these things.
Sir, instance of apps, sir.
Yeah, that we can select. You can select T2.micro. So no need to think. Here we have launched T2.micro. So it is not a compulsory that in Singapore region also you need to launch T2.micro. You can launch any type. It's the configuration of mission. Instance type means AMI means softwares and voice related things. Both are
Yes,
two
sir.
different things. Oh my god, it's taking so much time. Yeah. Finally it is in available state. So now launch. See, straight away it will start with step 2. Now you know these things. From step 2, make that sure.
From here we can change, sir.
Yeah, from this you can do the name of the mission is 2. You want to so you want to create, I think in Singapore we don't have anything. It's okay, let's go with the default security group. Somehow I'm not going inside. I just want to show you how to launch that. Launch. Again, keypad. You have to create a new name. Because keypad you can't exchange between the regions. So you can create a new Singapore key like that. Because whatever the mission you are launching, the software everything is same base, but both are two different missions. It is in Singapore, that is in Mumbai. Now both are two different things. So that's it. So now this mission, the mission number 2 in Singapore region contains Linux OS along with 10 softwares. Without you manually firing the Linux commands, already the softwares are there inside. This is only possible with the help of AMI. So if anyone asks you in which scenario you use AMI, always remember AMI we use whenever it comes to root drive.
Right.
Why? Because we have C drive, D drive, E drive, F drive. So if you observe carefully, I have taken image and everything only if my machine is having C drive. Why? Because this C drive is supporting a booting process where my OS have reboot, my OS related files, everything is here. So if in real time scenario, once you join the company, if you were a manager or any person as Revant, I want the same software which is there in that mission. I want another new mission for my practicing. At the same time, that mission should have all the 20 software. So in that scenario, you should go with creating AMI and launching a new mission out of AMI. So similarly, so if any of your friend asks, Revant, I want what if you are having 100 movies in your D drive or E drive or F drive, 100 movies are there. I want 100 movies in my system also. So what is the hard way? You will say to your friend, launch a mission.
EBS.
Yes, we launch a mission with your 100 GB EBS and you download 100 movies. How much time it will take downloading 100 movies? Definitely will take maybe 1 day or 2 days. But what is the smartest way now? Already you are having 100 movies with you in your EBS volume. So what I will take here now? I will create a first I will take snapshot. You know snapshot. Snapshot is always the basic. From that this snapshot I will copy to my friend's region, and that snapshot I will convert to volume, and then that volume I will attach to the EC2. So of course, we are going to do that practical. Let me show you. So what is the second? Now this you understood, right? 1 and 2 concept. M is concept. Number 1, number 2 mission.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Now the second scenario, what I'm trying to say is, listen carefully. Now what I'm saying is this is number mission 3, and this is in Mumbai. What you have launched while launching Linux mission, you have launched a Linux EC2 such a way you are having 8 GB C drive and 10 GB. Actually, for your understanding, I'm writing C drive, D drive, but you know, C drive means root, D drive means something XVDA, something like that in the language of Linux. Now my thing is, now in my 10 GB EBS volume, I am having 100 movies which I have downloaded personally. From visiting different websites, I have downloaded 100 movies and I saved in my 10 GB. Okay. Now my friend asked, my friend in Singapore, let's say my friend in Singapore region, he has launched his own mission. He launched a Linux mission because you know how to launch a Linux mission. So what he did, he launched a Linux EC2 with 8 GB C drive, and now he asked me, Revan, whatever the 100 movies you are having with you, I want the same 100 movies for me also. So let's say this mission number is, he named it as 4 in the region. So now how can I send these 100 movies to my friend? You got my question right? So in this scenario, what we have to do? First, you have to take the. So what here you have to take the image of which one, C drive or D drive now? Where are your movies? In the D drive.
D drive.
So what is that image here? We don't call image as AMA, but we call it as snapshot. When we call image, when you're taking the image of C drive, if you take image of C drive, then we call it as AMA. But if you're taking image of other than C drive, any other drive, we call it as snapshot. Now what I will take this snapshot and then I will copy to Singapore region. So now snapshot has reached Singapore region. So here the concept comes. The concept is always, can you attach snapshot to the instance or volume to the instance? You know, EBS is a volume or snapshot anytime, whenever you will launch.
Volume.
EBS is a volume. So what you have to do, this snapshot you need to convert to volume, and this volume you will attach to the this mission. Because my friend is already ready with mission. My friend is having a laptop. Only thing I have given him is my hard disk. It happens in our college also, right? We have our laptops. How you take movies from your friends? Either from pen drive or hard disk, right? Same is the scenario here. How I bring my pen drive from another region in the form of snapshot. Any doubt in this theory, guys? We'll do the practicals now so that you will have much more clarity. So first let me delete all these things which we have created for this AMS so that you won't get confused. So this AMI will be there. So whenever you want to delete AMI, you can't see delete option. Instead of delete, you will see something called deregister. Okay. Deregister. In Mumbai also I'm just deleting. Of course, volume also will delete it. Snapshots. The snapshots also you have to delete manually. Delete. So that you won't get confused. Why? Because again we are dealing with snapshots, so you should not get confused between the first example and this. So I'm just clearing the stuff. Okay. Now what we'll do? Let me launch instance in Mumbai region and attach the C drive. So launch instances. So now what we are having along with the C drive, we are having one more D drive. So let's say this is there. And how much GB in our example? 10 GB. Now the delete confirmation. Attach. So what will give now? Yeah, mission number 3 without security. Here also you can use existing security groups, so because again here also we are not going inside. Everything you can do outside only. No need to go inside the mission for taking snapshots, copying snapshot, converting into volume, all this. So whenever you are having, you see, even after you terminated the mission, it will be visible in your console for 2 to 3 hours. So you don't want to see terminated missions. What you can do in the filter, you can apply the filter option. Instance state. So you want to see only missions which are in running state. See, automatically those will be gone. Only how many missions are there in running state? 1. This is some option. Okay. Fine. So where can you see hard disk? Now you, and what did I say? Your friend is already ready with the mission. So here also we launch a what did I say? Your friend is having only laptop. He don't have hard disk. So that's why I have launched only C drive. Number You see, in Singapore. So what happened as per our diagram now? What we have launched? This is done. This is also done. So what we have to do now?
It has been different from your value.
We have to do this one first. We have to create the snapshot of 10 GB volume, then copy it to Singapore. Then that snapshot you have to convert to volume, then attach it to your running EC2. So let's do that. So now go to Mumbai, go to volumes. So where your movies is in the which drive? 8 GB or 10 GB?
10 GBs.
10 GB. Select this one, actions, create snapshot. So we'll say what is the description, you can give anything. Copy to Singapore region. If you want, you can give the same name tag. Just for description. Okay. So where can you see, just now you have created a snapshot. Where can you see the snapshot? You have to go to
Snapshots.
snapshots. You see what it has said? Snapshot is very quick, not like AMI. It won't take minutes, very only seconds. See, it's already completed status. Just now I have created. Now what I need to do this snapshot, I need to
Attach.
not attach. I can last time also you said attach. I guess. First you need to copy, then only copy. So where you have to copy? You want to copy to
Yeah. Singapore region.
Singapore. Fine. Copy. So now come to Singapore region. So in Singapore also you don't want to see, then apply the filter. Okay. Okay. So currently this number 4 machine, is it having any hard disk or it's having only C drive?
Is there?
Only
What's
C drive.
it?
Only C drive. If you want, you can cross it. Go to volumes. See only C drive. Now have you copied or not our snapshot to Singapore? You can go and check in snapshot. See, it came or not? What is the description I have given? The name here you can see. Copy to Singapore region. So what is the next thing I said? After copying snapshot, what you need to do now? Can you attach snapshot directly to the instance?
Attached to EC2.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Volume.
Right.
Convert to
You cannot attach a snapshot to instance. First, you need to convert it into volume. And what did I say? Always, whenever you are creating volume, always you need to be careful with
So,
zone. So, in which zone have we launched our EC2? Anyone remember in Singapore?
Yeah.
I also did not see. So, what you have to do? Just cancel this. Just cross check. Go to instances. Okay, in which zone you have launched? Southeast, Southeast 1A. Okay, fine. So now, so go to snapshots, create volume. You can change this. Even though here the volume type may be GP to whatever it is, if you want to change the type, you can change it here, no issues. The type also. But the size will be as it is, that one size, if you want this one. What you have, you want the movies. The movies will be there like that, definitely. Apart from that, if you want to increase, you can increase. But the only thing you need to make sure is the availability should be same as your receipt. Why? Because then only you can attach. Create volume. So now you know. Once you have volume, do you know or not how to attach it to instance volume? We have already discussed in the starting of the class.
Go to volume.
Go to volumes. So which is the volume? EBS first one or second? First one. 10 GB you can see it. Actions. Attach volume. So that's why you see it will search for the instance which is launched in only 1A. That's why I said always be careful with availability thing, or else you won't see. Automatically it's coming now. Attach. That's it. So whether it has attached or not, how can you cross check? Go to instance. How can you check whether it got attached or not? So this one. Go to
Storage.
storage. That means still it is attaching. Okay. See? No? Both. This is my C drive and this is my D drive where movies are there in this. So this is the concept of volumes and a snapshot, increasing, decreasing, attaching, detaching, all these things. So the only thing you need to, the blind rule is when we use AMI, only when we are dealing with
C drive.
drive. When you deal with volumes and snapshot, other than C drive, any other drive, then you deal with volumes and snapshots. And the third concept is, can you attach snapshot to EC2? No. First you need to convert snapshot to volume, then only we can attach to EC2. And which is quicker process, AMI or snapshot on volume?
Snapshot.
Snapshots and volumes are always quicker. You already seen. I think AMI took almost for us 5 to 10 minutes, whereas this one hardly less than 5 minutes. This volume and snapshot, not even minutes. Snapshot done in seconds only for us. So similarly, here also once you are done practicing, you can simply study it. Volumes are there. Snapshot we have to delete it manually. Snapshot won't get deleted. So you can see here, see what did I say, from a snapshot you can create both. But when we create image means if it's a C drive. When you create volume, it is if it is a
D drive.
D drive, E drive or F drive. Okay, that's the only concept. So that's why I always said, what is the basic thing for anything, whether it's a image or volume? The base thing for anything is a
Snap.
snapshot. And this one you can get it. Okay. Any doubt you can ask me. Theory or practicals.
Sir, we can access that copy date also.
Yeah, that's what, right? The whole purpose is for watching the movies. If you don't watch
Yes.
movies, why we have done all these things?
That's right. So Revant, you do this with the same login. So in the Singapore region also we have login with Revant, and in Mumbai region also we have login with Revant.
Right.
So what if it is different user? So how he will access snapshot or image?
Yeah, so the question actually you have asked will be clarified when we are discussing IAM service.
Okay.
In IAM, we will be creating different users and all these things. So to say, for now, for your answer, even though my friend is in Singapore region, all the people, all the persons, your colleagues who are working in the project, everyone will be working in the same AWS account. Okay. So this thing you
Okay.
need to understand. Everyone will work in the same AWS account. The only thing is, while you are logging into your account, you will log in with your username. Instead of root user, in companies you will log with your own IAM username. Revant is IAM user, some other person is IAM user, like, and everyone is working in the same AWS account. So obviously everyone will have access to all the resources because everything is in the same AWS account.
Okay. Okay. So that user can also access the snapshot, right?
Yeah. Okay guys, we'll meet in tomorrow's class. Have a nice day then.
Yeah, and just one sec.
Yeah.
So you're saying that creating volume, you will get generated. So will it get,
Volume you won't. You see in the second scenario, in fact in this complete scenario you won't get any bill because everything is less than 30 GB only in this complete whole example process.
okay, okay.
Sir, you said free trial 750 hours per month.
Right.
Sir, I have two AWS and DevOps, sir. I am taking.
Mm-hmm.
I can manage two.
Yeah, you can manage. What you launch the same instance, in the same instance you practice your DevOps thing. Why to launch two instances?
Yes, okay, sir. That I will.
Even though you launch, let's say you launch your practice, let's say for practicing Git or some other DevOps tools, you want to launch 3 Linux missions, but still
Yes,
you
sir.
can practice. Why? Because each Linux mission has having 8 GB, so the
Yes,
free
sir.
tier limit is 30 GB. So 3 Linux missions you can launch. Still, it is a free tier for you, and you can practice.
Okay, okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay, guys. Bye. Have a good night.